respect, is it given or is it earned from an African child to an African parent? Is it given or is it earned? You need some time. Let me.
I think it's a
So okay, go
combination
ahead.
of
Go ahead.
both. It's a
It's a
combination of
combination
both.
of both.
Right? But
Interesting.
I believe it's a combination of both, right? And I believe that you have to respect has to be there all the time, right?
Of
But
course.
I feel like the level of respect is what is earned, right?
Nah.
I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense,
I think I
right?
get. I think I
So
get you, and I'm with you on that one.
yeah, yeah. So I feel like no matter what the situation is, no matter what my parents
There's
have
a
done,
baseline
right?
respect given.
There's a baseline of respect that I have for them as my parents that I'm
Absolutely.
gonna show that respect to them, and the way I
Yeah.
talk to them, the way I approach them,
Yeah.
the way I have conversations with them. I'm not gonna talk
Yeah.
to them like the way I'm talking to
Anyhow.
you. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna talk to them like the way I'm talking to my friends or my younger brother or my younger sister. No, right? But when it comes to maybe them advising me on certain things or them trying to guide me on certain things. On that one, it has to be a little bit of they have to kind of earn that part, or like when it comes to like me taking their advice on certain things. Um, because I believe that like we cannot just take advice from anyone just because the person is older than us,
That's true.
because but I believe you still have to have that respect for that person as an older person than you.
Mm.
Because for me when I came to this country, that was one thing that was new to me. Like because you see like younger siblings talking to older siblings anyhow, like you see
Yo,
ninth
like that.
graders talking to 12th graders anyhow. I'm like, what's going on? Like it was like, bro, it took me a while for me to get used to that because like back home, no
Yeah.
matter how old this person is than you, even if it's a year, 2 years, there's a
Automatic
level of
respect.
respect exactly that you give to that person that this person is older than you. Over here, it doesn't matter what age you are, it doesn't matter who you
Nah.
are, but we are all equals.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's it. That's something that I had to adjust to. Like I don't know, we should have even talked about that when we talked about the culture, because that's something
Yeah.
that I had to adjust to. Because even when someone is in my class, right, and the person is older, I can still have that respect for that person. Like, hey, Charlie, like this person is
Same.
a little bit
Even
older,
though that's my
but
classmate.
exactly. But over here,
Yeah.
oh nah, bro, it's they are one of us.
Yo,
They'll talk to you anyhow.
we're in the same boat. I think
Exactly.
here I think here they view it as if you do not pay my bills, then nah, it's out the window. You have
Mm-hmm.
to prove to me as to why I have to respect you. But in a
Exactly.
certain way, I kinda agree, and here's why I agree. Like you, and I also do believe that it's definitely a combination of the two, given and earned. I
Mm-hmm.
believe that there's a certain baseline of respect that needs to be given to any human being. Like as a human being, once you touch the
That's
ground,
facts.
I have to give you a certain level of respect. And I do believe no one can take that away from you, no matter what they do. And if you might think that it's because you're human, just because you're human, but that's me just following the teachings of my faith, right? And so, um, then there's the secondary level of respect, which goes by your actions, what you do for people, what you do
Mm-hmm.
for those around you would determine how much respect I'm willing to give you in that area. Now, if you're very, forgive my French, but if you're a very shitty human being, I absolutely, that secondary level of respect is automatically gone. I personally do not care how old you are. If you touch a terrible person, but still the baseline is still there. But
It's still there.
the secondary
Mm-hmm.
level is definitely, you don't get that one from me. And so
Mm-hmm.
I think that in person, I think that if we view things in that way, a lot of elderly people would check themselves, because there's a sense of
Mm-hmm.
entitlement that comes, that you're supposed to give me that secondary level of respect
Mm-hmm.
regardless of who I am to you right now, what I have done. And that is
Mm-hmm.
what I think keeps on setting our people back. I mean, when we're talking about the culture thing, about the one things that we should let go of if it's not helping us advance, I think that giving the ultimate level of respect to certain elders that don't deserve it, and you might
Mm-hmm.
say that's a little arrogant of you, Kindi. What makes you think that you can determine what elder deserves it or not? and that's the criteria that I gave.
It's
The
my
criteria.
respect, so I determine who gets it.
It's my respect too, exactly, bro.
Exactly. And
Absolutely. Thank you for that.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. One
go ahead.
one thing I was
I
also
think
gonna
respect.
add.
Oh,
Oh, go ahead. So DK was
Go ahead, bro.
after DK, then you heavy.
okay, sure.
Okay. So one thing I was gonna add to that is you remember the video that you sent, right?
Yeah,
And it was talking about if this person embezzled money, blah blah blah,
yeah,
and the guy
yeah.
was like, "Yeah, I'll knock him." I was like, "Ah, what do you mean you knock him?" You know, if this person is old enough to be your father, right?
yeah,
And he has embezzled money. Like the
yeah.
fact that he has embezzled money is wrong, right?
Yes,
So he needs to go through the court system for him to be punished
that's
for what he has done. That
facts.
doesn't mean that I can go and stand in front of him and talk to him anyhow because he did that. You
That's
know,
true. I
like
agree with you.
he's still older than me. He's still a human being, and he still needs to be respected as such.
That's
But
true.
I don't have the right to
Baseline
go there and just be
respect.
like, yeah, and just be like and talk to him anyhow because he did something bad. No, like I still have to give him that respect that hey, this is you. This is you're a man. You're older than me. You're a father figure in my life, right? I don't even know if I can call him a father figure at that point, but like you know, you have you still get that level of respect. But I'm not
Yeah,
gonna come to you for advice. If you tell me
yeah.
that, well, I should make this decision in life, I'll think twice. I'm not
I
gonna
think so.
just go ahead and do it, you know.
Yeah.
But so that's the way I look at it.
But
You
you
cannot
know,
just
on that one, no, I think the young man was speaking out of a place of pain that you did
yeah
ruin my stuff, so I would not. I will also disrespect you. But I
hmm
mean, if a thief who's older than me escorts and all of these things. Now, I like I said, the baseline respect is definitely given. However, for me to look at you with a secondary level of respect, which is that if I
exactly.
see you walking, I go, yes, sir. Absolutely not. I'm not doing that because, like, I won't disrespect you. I won't be coming in your face and be saying nonsense to
hmm
you. But for me to prostrate myself or make you feel as though that you are kin or an elder, now that one is thrown out the window based off on your
hmm
actions, and there's a reason why I'm saying that it's quite important for us to start letting go of that mentality that regardless of how old the person is, as long as they're older than you, they deserve automatic level of higher level of respect. Because I
Absolute
think
respect.
absolute respect. I think that is something that is keeping us back because it's making it harder for us to be able to question these people for the certain
hmm
decisions that they do that tend to later on ruin the development of our people. But Hebi, what were you trying
hmm
to say? Hebi is gone.
I feel like when I was in school in Ghana, there was something said respect needs to be earned, and I
Yeah,
feel like age shouldn't make us determine the respect that we give to somebody because there are some
I agree.
people who are here who are older. They are older, but they are not mature. They don't take the right decisions, you know, and some older people's decision take can actually affect a young one or have um, a future on a young one. Like look at an older man like chasing after young girls, you
Mm.
know, it doesn't speak well. It's not like a good example to
Catch them young and they shall be yours
young.
forever, bro. He's
Yeah,
practicing that, man. What
yeah.
you mean?
But that's
That's one of the best advice that was given in Ghana, bro.
Ah, boy, Kuntiba.
Yotiba. But go ahead, brother.
you know, that's not a good example if anybody is looking up to you because they're also gonna learn that from you, you
That is
know.
true.
So I just feel like the older people need to set example for us to follow, and now they become like our role models that we look up to, you know. So I just feel like in general, but even our age mates in Ghana when we're in school, you know the girls they will respect you on how you carry yourself out. So
Yeah.
if you mess around, nobody respects you. But if you
You,
kind of
you know, on the conversation of respect, there is something that we always glance over, and I wonder if you all know what exactly it is that we keep on glancing over. Like, do you know DK Hebi? Do you?
no,
No, I think that we overlook the ego, the
Oh
ego of the
yeah,
man who demands the respect. I think that there are people who believe that because of their like because of how they are, you can't question anything that I've seen. Okay, I'll put it in this example here. There was this when I was in JHS 1. There was we had a they had a presentation about sexual abstinence, right? No, sex ed. So sex ed, my bad, sex ed. And I mean, you already know Ghana from that energy. You know, it's all about abstinence. So it was, all of that. They were talking about diseases and pregnancies, and when we got to the section of diseases, there was this young lady who got up, and I tell you, with the most sweetest and most innocent voice I've ever heard, she just questioned the whoever was presenting whoever was doing the presentation that when it comes to the topic of diseases, can't you just wear a condom, right? This was just an innocent question that she was asking. And the guy mockingly said it back like, can't you just wear a condom? Trying to make fun of the little girl. And I tell you, she just asked this question in the most respectful voice she could ever muster to this man, and he decided to do that back. And so it's I see that whenever the side that is always asking or demanding respect, it seems to be that they are always the ones who are bound to be quite disrespectful back. You know what I'm saying? There's this level of condescending energy where because I'm an older person, you're supposed to automatically view what I'm saying to be true. And if you question it, then you're being disrespectful. And I think that is absolutely wrong. Like once again, I said that you're a human being. There's a limited amount of information that you can store within your head, and
For sure.
our creator in his all wisdom decided to let somebody who's younger than you to present a new way of doing things, and in your response to that was to be disrespectful to such a person. And what you do is that you break that person's confidence without even trying. You know what I'm saying? I had a situation here in the United States. I had not my first encounter with a non-African elder, right? There was a problem in the office, and he found a solution to it. And then he hit me with this phrase that I've never been asked before. He asked me, "What do you think?" Right, brother. That phrase may not mean much to you, but brother, it meant a lot to me because no elderly person has ever looked at me and asked me, "Hey, you young man, what do you think? Like, what solution do you also have to this problem?"
Right.
And
Yes.
in that situation, you might think that, oh, it's because he didn't really have a solution to the problem, but it wasn't that. I think within that moment, he was trying to help me build on my problem solving skills. He was trying to help me build on my critical thinking skills. And he was also acknowledging that although he might be quite experienced in this field and everything, there might be something that he might not know. He was humble enough to admit that there might be something he might not know. It might be another way of doing certain things. And so it kind of, for me, put a lot of things into perspective where you look at a nation where they ask you the question of, what do you think? And then the another nation that believes in absolute, respect, absolute energy. Anything that I say is true. All the words coming out of my mouth are gold. Don't question nothing. When you look at how those two nations are
All the
doing
words that come out of your mouth is trash.
it. That's exactly it. And so when you look at the two, how those two nations are functioning, it's quite clear on
Oh
how
yeah,
we need to
it
proceed from
is.
here on
It
out.
is. And it's like I don't want us to get into politics, but then if you go in the African, if you go to the parliament in Ghana, you see it's all older people, and
Yeah,
that's there for a reason because they if you're young and you're trying to get there, they'll shut you out
they shut you up.
because you're
You're
young
young.
and what do you know?
What do you
You
know?
know, because you're young and when you get there, you're gonna turn things around and do things that they really don't
Exactly.
like. So they shut you out, and and the knowledge, like you said, the knowledge that God has blessed us with, He didn't just give it to other people.
Yeah.
Younger ones are also there, especially in this world of technology and advancement. Like the younger ones are the ones that are more tech savvy. They're the ones that are more used
Yeah,
to what the generation or what the world is coming to. So like you have to listen to them and you have to continue to grow their confidence. Like these young people, young white kids they're being exposed to so much. They're being put in so much situations where they have to think critically and try to
that's true.
problem solve and try to do all these things. And then now they put you in the class and then they're expecting you to beat these kids in the class. But these kids, I'm being real, bro. But
No, I agree with you, man.
but
I'm there with you,
but
bro.
but we have not been raised that way to think like that. We have not been raised
No,
to be able to try to figure things out like that.
nah,
Because to
nah.
us, if that even if something is broken, they'll be like, "Yeah, go and sit down. We'll figure it out." And then when
Figure it
it's
out.
done, they'll call you to come.
They
But
call it.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
exactly. Unless you're the older person in the house, then as for that, then that's when
yeah.
you'll be involved in such things. But other than that,
Absolutely.
your opinion doesn't matter. Whatever the problem is, you're just there to witness it.
You're
And
just
even
there
if
to
there's a
witness.
problem, they'll blame you for the problem. So,
No,
it's pretty
facts,
much a
facts.
lose lose. It's lose lose
It's such.
situation.
It is. When you think about it, honestly, I just realized that we really are our worst enemy because we don't really